What inspired you to join this business?
Okay. So I have about 15 years of IT consulting experience, and I have also had my own startup, which was acquired by Magic Breaks in the year 2016. And post that, I met Arjun, who was the founder CEO of Solution Buggy, and who has worked for the last 11 years in the manufacturing sector. And that is when the idea of Solution Buggy came in, to connect the manufacturing industries with the consultants, especially in the MSME segment. So this is a very untapped area where there is not any company which is working on it as of today, who is allowing the MSMEs to connect with the consultants. So that is where the idea came, and then there was a good connect between Arjun and me. And later, Vikas, who has about 20 years of experience in manufacturing sector itself, right from HAL to SKF, where he was the general manager. So he also has joined hands, and over a period of time, there have been industry stalwarts who are ex GMs and ex CEOs of PSUs who have joined us and who have understood what disconnect is between the MSMEs and the consultants. So that's the reason why we started this up, and that's how I have joined the solution.
How much challenging is this business?
How much?
Challenging.
How much challenging is
How
this
much
business?
challenging?
Okay. Yeah. So since I mentioned that there is no other platform, and the MSMEs do not have a, like the IT sector, the MSMEs do not have a large scale presence on uh, even the digital media as well. So to explain a concept like a platform to the MSMEs is a very difficult task, because forget being online, they some of them don't even have their own websites. So to help them understand how they can benefit by being online on a platform and getting their work solved through consultants is quite a bit of a task for us. So having said that, since we have developed a platform and we have understood the business model, we have been able to get the message through more easily as of now than we were doing 2 years back. So that challenge we have crossed, but there is a lot of work to be done in the areas of we have about 2 crore MSMEs who are registered with the MSME portal, and we just have about 60,000 whom we have targeted. So that way there is a lot of MSMEs who have to be targeted and who have to be made understood what the benefit of the platform is.
So, because my question to you is, what are the USPs and unique strengths of the company?
So USP, the biggest USP is the concept itself. So nobody is working in the field of small and medium scale industries in manufacturing sector and across all industries. There are platforms outside India, but there is no platform in India focused on solving the day-to-day challenges of these small and medium scale industries. One of the reasons is the technology adoption of these companies is low as compared to a service industry. And that's why this is also a challenging task. It also took us 3 years to reach to this level of connecting 60,000 industries with 8,000 consultants. So the biggest uniqueness is the concept itself. The second uniqueness is the leadership team. So we are three directors here, Mr. Guru Prasad, myself, and our founder, director, and CEO, Mr. Arjun. So we are from different background. If you see Guru's background, he comes from a pure consulting background, and that too, he has worked in multicultural, in fact, multinational, areas. So he has himself worked in UK, Europe, US in consulting. He has done consulting there. Then he had his own startups, which he successfully sold to a very big company. So his background is completely different from what Arjun's background is. Arjun's background is more hands-on. He's a small and medium-scale enterprise. And many a times I say that we are less like a startup and more like a small and medium-scale enterprise. And that makes us unique. Third is myself. I have 20 years of experience in manufacturing area across different functions. So if you see the profiles that we have, they are completely different. And that's why it complements very well with each other. So the work that Guru can do, that it's very difficult for me to perform in those areas how he performs. And where I do, Arjun generally, he will perform in a different area. So we have complementary capability. So this is the second area. The third area, which makes us unique, is frugal. As I told you, that we are a unique platform, but we are more like a small and medium scale enterprise in manufacturing sector. We are not like the typical Silicon Valley or Bangalore startup. We believe that every penny that we save will be helpful for us. It is not that we compromise on the quality, but of course all the CRM is made in-house. All the internal discussions that we do, internal reporting structures, that is made by us. So everything internally is done by us itself, so that we have minimize the cost, and at the same time we have worked on systems, we have worked on things. So frugal thing is the third uniqueness that we have. So in short, I will once again sum up what I said. So first is the concept. Second thing, concept and the customers that we are serving. Second is the complementary capabilities of the management. And third is the frugal innovation that we bring to the table. So this is our uniqueness.
My next question to you is, how would you like to define your achievements? Feedback, testimonials, recognition, goodwill, credibility. What would you like to say about that?
So we have good numbers to share with you. So in 3 years, we are now connected with 60,000 industries. So around 60,000 industries, more than 60,000 industries are registered with us. Similarly, there are more than 8,000 subject matter experts or consultants associated with us. The growth rate is very fast. In the COVID time, last 1.5 months have been very active for us. So we have got more than 100 queries on new plant setup in just 1 month. Other than this, there is a consultant, and this is the data which we took at the end of last year, which is December 2019. And every consultant is earning around 4 lakh per annum per project. We have completed around 1,350 projects through our platform and around 10 projects through execution. So we have got 2 MSME awards. One from the Ministry of MSME itself, one from World Association of Micro, Small and Medium Scale Enterprises. So, and these awards were given to us for our innovative approach, for and our help that we have given, our approachability to the consultants. Other than this, there are other factors about how much interactions we are doing, how many industries that we have mentored, and how many hours of mentoring has been done. That are also almost every day, together in our team, we are mentoring almost 5 on an average industry. So, which gives a very big number to us. So these are, I would say, these numbers which are quantitative, and other than this, there are a lot of qualitative aspects also. So the growth in the company, the number of queries that are coming, and other than this, how many hours of consulting or hours of mentoring and hours of consulting we have done. These are also some factors which have not captured till now, but yes, which are quite impressive.
Guru Prasad ji, can you share a success story with us? Can you share success story of any project with us?
Right. So, if you ask me one success story, then it might be difficult because we have, a series of success stories that we have dealt with. But like how I said, we can take up, say, one of the recent projects that we completed. The industry, which I mean, the entrepreneur who came to us was completely clueless. The only thing he had was he had a budget to invest, and he wanted to set up a food processing unit. But we sat with him and understood his requirement and completed the entire mentorship, task with him. And we began to, map out his key areas and key strength areas, and then see what is the right product that he can go for. So the entire conceptualization of the idea and getting the right product mix was very key in this aspect. Once that was done, we even went further and got his market research report done, followed by a DPR, and we also helped him with the plant commissioning and the procurement of machinery, as well as training of his on-ground staff. Followed by, we also made sure that the plant that he sets up has got enough business by getting him some business development activity done as well. So today, he is one of the standing testimonials of how we had, taken a completely naive entrepreneur and molded him into a complete industrialist as of today.
Vikasji, what would you like to highlight about your team?
So I would say the retention rate of our company is very high. So either, there are people, and if we compare it with the startup environment right now, have 50% of our team members here in Bangalore have completed more than 2 years with us. So which talks a lot. They are very sincere, hardworking, and proactive. One thing good about it, about our discussion, is there is no hierarchy. So of course I have closed this door right now because the voice will go out. Generally this door is not never closed. It's an open door. Anybody can come, they can discuss, and proactiveness and performance is the only key which matters here. So other than sincerity and hard work, it's no hierarchy, no middleman, middle management. It's direct discussion with everybody. Anybody can approach any person, and then that is why it co-creation and co-creation of value is what we do over here. So I think minds become proactive when they are given free hand, and that is what we get over.
Guru Prasadji, how do you look at the growth opportunities? What are the opportunities for growth?
Yeah. So, right. So since we are in the sector where there are very few players, and in fact there is nobody today to connect the MSMEs with the consultants. So even if you go by the MSME portal, the total number of industries which have been registered on their portal is about 2 crores. And today we have reached out to about 60,000 industries. So even if you look at that number, there is a huge gap which has to be covered. Apart from this, there are sorry. So apart from this, there are new entrepreneurs who want to get into manufacturing per se. Not just because there is a favorable situation right now with lot of talks happening that lot of manufacturing is coming to India from China. And also there is also good impetus being given by the current government in terms of the MSME funding or the schemes that the government is floating, and also the recent guideline which says that which has raised the investment as well as the revenue that MSME that an MSME can get to get into that classification. So all these favored by the government policies and the market condition, as well as the current situation which Vikas was mentioning due to the COVID pandemic, there is a renewed interest in the manufacturing sector. And also there is a large number of new age entrepreneurs who have completed their graduation or post-graduation and all in the sectors relating to manufacturing and want to set up something of their own. So this is where Solution Buggy is going to help these entrepreneurs and also the current MSMEs under all aspects, right? From setting up a new plant towards business development or getting into new market entry, or something like somebody wants to completely do a diversification from their current industry. So all these aspects, Solution Buggy can help.
Vikasji, my question to you is, what are your expansion plans?
So we already have an office here in Bangalore where we started. This is the head office where we are sitting. We have an office in New Delhi that we started from last year in around October, and then we plan to, because we planned from this year, we started this module known as SB Execution. A Solution Buggy takes in projects, get it done through their consultants as well as advisors on board, and then a Solution Buggy is responsible for delivery of that project. So with this, there's more and more need to be localized, to be close to the company, to the client where we are delivering the project. So we do have plans to open more regional offices in the coming 2-3 years and expand our presence both in the platform and both through execution. Other than this, we will also launch new modules, new revenue streams in the coming area to add to shareholder value and to add to customer satisfaction also, which will bring in not just, as Guru was earlier also mentioning, that of course there are a lot of companies, lot of startups which are into funding, which help the small and medium scale industries to get the funds. But how do they utilize this fund and how do they return the debt that they have taken is also important. So we say, of course, we can help you in getting the funding, but at the same time, we will help you in being efficient, in making a business model which would be much more successful. And that's how, and then, other than day-to-day activities, we will also enhance our offering portfolio as we go ahead, which will cover all aspects of challenges that a manufacturing company faces. So that's how we intend to grow, by geographical presence, by reaching out to each and every people. And then recently we, in April, during COVID, we started a drive known as Entrepreneur Connect, where we, every week, we are doing online sessions for entrepreneurs and consultants in different fields. So for example, we did recently a session, online session on market research, how it is important, what are the different steps of doing market research if somebody is thinking of investing, what are the opportunities in say pharma sector, what are the opportunities in food processing sector, what are the opportunities in aerospace and defense sector. So we have completed 8 rounds of this webinar and we are getting really very good response out of it. So our aim is, of course, to grow, but also to make a difference with the interactions that we make with time.
Guru Prasad ji, how do you visualize your company in the next 5 years? How do you visualize your company in the next 5 years?
So firstly, we would, we are actually grateful that we are at a time when the Indian manufacturing sector is vastly expanding. So that gives us, a lot of opportunities, like how Vikas was mentioning, not just in, growing ourselves, but also in mentoring the future entrepreneurs who are getting into the MSME sector, especially in manufacturing. So this gives us access to even the government sectors, where we are in talks with some of the MSME boards and the MSME bodies which are specific to each of these states, and help them establish cluster programs, which are going to help budding entrepreneurs to know which are the areas where they can, set up a manufacturing industry. What is the domain? What kind of investment is required? What are the support that the government can provide, not just in funding, but also in buying out their finished products. What kind of a market is available for these, finished goods, and how do they set up, right from the conceptualization stage to the actual plant commissioning. So these are, some of the key areas where we will not just work, individually, but also in tandem with the government and the government policies, so that we make sure that we are making a mark in the manufacturing sector. That is one. The second thing is, like how I said, there is a vast amount of funding and loans availability as well, which has become more and more easier as the government is easing out the rules of setting up of industries, and also reducing the red tape. So that is giving a lot of impetus for international business as well, which wants to come and start processing here, or they want to do some technology transfer to industries who want to set up units over here. Now this might not be at the micro or small industries levels, but it is slightly at the medium industry level. Now, how do we, as a a knowledge company, go and target these industries who want to set up operations here, or who want to help Indian industries who want to export and have a presence in the global market? So either ways, either they industries want to come here, or for in the MSMEs who are already set up here, how do they go and establish their market? Their products in the global market. So for both of these, this is where we will be concentrating in the next few years.
Vikazi, my question for you is, what are your suggestions to the government for MSME sector?
So, right. So, I think there is a lot of support that has come recently, and lot of discussion which has been till now on MSME sector. Recently, there was an announcement by our Honorable Minister of MSME, Mr. Gadkari, saying that the revenues that will be generated by exports won't be counted in as part of the revenues of SMEs. Other than this, the biggest change that I see that the government has made is change in definition of the MSMEs. This was pending since 2006. With this, what will happen is, the companies would like to grow, because till now what was happening is, as soon as the company was growing, the entrepreneur was opening a new company so that he can take benefit out of that MSME, benefits, that schemes that is provided by the government. But as they widen the gap, as they widen the range, what will happen is more and more MSMEs will come to the MSME, which will make things much more better for him. Not that now there is no limit, but of course it has been enhanced. This will also help in smaller companies becoming bigger, micro being small, small being medium, and medium being large. And as we say that, there are two kinds of concept. First kind of concept for SMEs are, of course, the low investment and low productivity kind of a thing. And the other thing is, because it is small, it is a powerhouse for innovation. So I think this concept of low productivity and low investment has to change to a powerhouse of innovation and productivity. And for that, of course, there are a lot of policy measures that have been made. A lot of policy measures have to be made because of these difficult times where liquidity is going to be, of prime importance. But other than, the measures which are aimed at finance, there should be measures on ground to help the MSMEs to be efficient and also to promote entrepreneurship in the country. So I see that what in MSME sector, what happens is, if one company does it, the other company starts doing it. It shouldn't be like that. Everybody should find a niche in the market. Unless and until they do something unique, something different, and something very specific to India, then the margins will be good, the MSMEs will be good, India will get a lot of export. Of course, they are doing a lot of export. The export done by MSMEs last year was 48.1%, and then they want to now exceed it to 60%. But at the same time, when exports comes, the volume comes. When volume comes, the costs go down and the margins improve. So I think a lot has to be done on efficiency side of the policy, so that, and on the environment side of the policy, which makes an environment where people are motivated to take risk, motivated to create a small and medium scale enterprise which takes in new technologies, develop different products for the whole world. So this is my suggestion for the on the policies.
Guru Prasad ji, my question for you is, how small entrepreneurs can benefit by entrepreneurs can benefit by taking your advice and getting associated with you?
Right. So, firstly, see, the biggest concern of a small entrepreneur or who wants to set up an industry is, what is the idea that I have to work upon, and what is the industry that I can set up with. So, and this is not something like, you just click a button and you will get to know. I mean, of course, there are a lot of Google videos and, you can Google out a lot of things. But how does he have somebody who can, guide him on every step on, what is the first step, what I can do next, what is the, requirement from my side, not just in the terms of funding, but also in terms of what is the kind of efforts that I have to put in, what is the kind of knowledge that I have to, develop. Because see, running a company is a huge task, even for being a small enterprise. It is not that he has the luxury or benefit of having multiple people. So his whole this one is, he has to rely upon himself, which is, I mean, obviously, because he's the one who's going to run the company, and he wants a faithful advisor who will tell him that, okay, this is what is your next step. Somebody like who will guide him on every step. So this is like just like how a new baby is born, it needs to be handheld on every step. Similarly, a new entrepreneur, when he sets up an enterprise, he has to be handheld in all the aspects, right, from conceptualization to the plant commissioning, and eventually in getting business out of this one, and finally when he is doing well, to grow into new markets and to get new business. So a solution buggy asset will help him in all the aspects of growth, right from starting.
So my last question is, any other important point or highlight you may like to share?
Yeah, so the few points that I have in my mind is, of course, it is important for everybody to make a strong MSME sector, because it contributes a lot to the national economy. It contributes, MSME sector is around 30%. It contributes to the GDP of the country. But at the same time, I think technology adoption has been very low. So we need a lot of frugal innovation, and the reason behind it is companies do not find it optimal. So as C.K. Pehlad in his bottom of the pyramid theory says, that there are a lot of people, and it the volumes come from that bottom of the pyramid, which have low affordability, but there is a strong need. So the example that is generally shared is Nirma versus Surf or Ariel. So where Nirma was aimed for the bottom of the pyramid, high volume business, and as per the requirements, as per the budget of those people, it solved their problem. And that is why we are also here to talk to the masses, to talk to the bottom of the pyramid, to help them and be affordable. Right now, if we see consulting is at the top of the pyramid. Big corporates, big corporates like L&T, Tata, Godrej, Bharat Forge, Mahindras, they afford, or multinational companies, they afford big consulting firm. There's a middle of the pyramid who sometimes go for it, but bottom of the pyramid never get an access to that consulting. So the way we want to project ourselves is, as Nirma, go to those people, understand the day-to-day problem, and give them frugal solutions that they can afford, but at the same time can create a difference in their life. So that is what I wanted to add.
One question coming to my mind is whether entrepreneur is born or entrepreneur is made.
Well, okay. An entrepreneur basically, is in his spirit. So if there is, and I would say if there is a risk-taking capacity, then an entrepreneur is born. So anybody who takes risk is an entrepreneur. Like it can't be that okay, we teach him new things and he kind of adopts it. That is not possible. But an entrepreneur who's born also needs to know how to grow, right? So if a person says that okay, this is what I want to do, but he needs to know how to do it. So that is where Solution Buggy holds his hand in every steps of his growth and guides him in each and every process. So it is kind of a refinement of the entrepreneur